Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Zach. This week we're going to create a restaurant directory using the Raytha content management system. We'll do it completely out of the box, and I have a fresh installation ready to go. One of the interesting challenges that we want to overcome with this restaurant directory is to allow the visitors to click on a map, and when they click on the map they should see the locations of the restaurants represented by pins on the map. They should be able to zoom in and click on the different pins and see the names of the restaurants and those locations. So that's what we want to achieve in this video, and let's see if we can make it happen. Alright, so I went ahead and created 3 fictional restaurants using the default theme that Raytha provides us completely out of the box. And you see here, it's quite plain. Obviously, there's nothing going on with it. It's just some restaurant titles and a restaurant description. Some of this stuff doesn't really apply to us, like an about or a blog. So we got to clear all this out, get a whole new top navigation in there, and we have to get a detail page in there. We want images to appear. We want the star rating to appear. So if we go back to our backend, you'll see what I did to our content type here in the Raytha admin panel. I renamed the post type to restaurants because we could just repurpose that content type. And I came into fields and I added the fields that we want to make use of for this restaurant directory. So the name, description, a photo, rating, location, latitude, and longitude. And then these 3 samples, you could just see I came in here and filled out the information, and that's why it's appearing here on the front-facing website. But we want to go in, we want to edit the template so that we can get at least a respectable looking restaurant directory for the list view, and then we'll move over to detail view and then finally the map view as well. Well, here is what my page looks like after about 10 or 15 minutes of effort. I actually am quite thrilled with how it's come out with just a tiny bit of HTML and effort. So we updated the nav bar to say list and map. Map is not functional right now. We'll get to that in a little bit. But we now have the images appearing on the list view, location, star, and you can read the full description, and then you get the full description here. So our next challenge is to get a map to appear here at the bottom and of the location with a pin, as well as a map up here. If we click that, we should see a map with all the locations listed. So we want to be able to solve that. But before we get there, let's walk through the HTML that was required to set this up. So I'm going to come into Raytha templates. That's here under the left side navigation. And we're going to first take a look at the list view that we modified. And this is the HTML. Most of it was part of the default that I just made some edits to. I want to direct your attention to my trick for the star ratings. I just copied a UTF-8 encoded emoji icon for the star, and I say with the liquid syntax, a for loop based on the rating, and it'll just output as many stars as necessary based on the rating that was put into the actual post. And then the rest is just some liquid syntax to show the content or a truncated version of the content with a read full description. And there's a typo there, so we can fix that. There's really not much to it at all. Same thing for the detail view. So we can search for the detail view template, and this is all we have again for the detail view template. It's pretty much exactly the same. We did add a back to restaurants link so you can get back to the list, and the photo is output like this with the standard liquid tags. Alright, we're back. Now, I built a map functionality, so I'm going to open up one of these detail view pages where I added the map, and it's a little janky, but I got it working. I used ChatGPT to give me some random latitude and longitude, so it's anywhere on Earth, but it does work, and I get to zoom in. This is using the leaflet library, and it's pretty cool. And you click on it, you get to see the description. I'll show the backend code in a second. So we come back and we can pick up another one, and we'll see a different location like that. So this is working pretty well in such a short amount of time. I also did the map view up here, and this is really janky. I didn't spend much time here on this list view, but it does show all the locations that we for the 3 restaurants, the sample restaurants that we put in. And if we click the actual pins, we see the different names along with a link. If we click on the link, it takes us to the detail view. That's pretty good in such a short period of time that we're able to achieve all this functionality. So let me show the back end how we set up the map portion of this website, and you'll get to see how it all ties together. So under our layout template, I went ahead and I added some scripts that point to a CDN for the Leaflet library, jQuery, and style sheet. Again, this just was super easy with ChatGPT, just gave me some code. We'll head over to the detail view. And I added the script code here, which the most important portion of it is the actual coordinates that are put in the pins area. And I'm inputting the latitude and longitude values here as from the insert variable. So again, you could search for any variable from the content types that you set up. So you grab them, you copy them, you can insert them into your template. So that's how you do it. And I also put in the location here under the description. I didn't look too much into this library, so I don't know what other functionality it offers, but you could probably spruce this up quite a bit if you wanted to. The rest is boilerplate code that I copied from ChatGPT. And I also set here, which I think is kind of the starting overview position of the map. And then this number here, the lower you go, the further out you're zoomed on your starting position when the map loads. So I went to 6 when you go on the detail view, just to give you get kind of like a closer look to where that location is. Now, I had to add a new template for the list view. So I'm going to search for map, and we have map list view. I created this template. So this is why it's a little janky, because I didn't really spend much time cleaning up the styling for this page. But you can see that I actually started with zoom value 1, so I start way zoomed out all the way to the end. So this way, if the restaurants are all across the world, you're seeing the entire world map, and so all the positions appear on first load. And then down lower, I made a little bit different. The coordinates is the same, but now we're looping through the list of restaurant locations, because this is going to be tied to a list view, and I'll show that in a second. It's quite important. So this is the list view, and it's looping through all the items in the list view, generating this piece of JavaScript for the location of pins. And the only difference is I put in the item.route path so that you can click the link to get taken to the detail page. And here we put the primary field, which we've selected as the restaurant name, and then the location. So that's how we were able to achieve all this functionality. This isn't that much code. This is just a tiny bit of code I was able to copy from ChatGPT, put it into the templates, and wire up everything. This is 100% out of the box. So I'm going to go to restaurants, because this is the trick here. I actually created a second list view in my Raytha content management system. So we have 2 views now. We have the all restaurants, which if I click open, we see it's published and it's tied to the list view, the standard list view. It's also set as the home page. We set it, so that's why you saw, if I go back to that list view, you saw a little home icon here. That's saying that when you go to the website, I actually designated that list view as the home page. But then I created a second view, which is the same data and same sorting and everything. That doesn't particularly matter for the map view, but it's also published. And I put the route path at /map, and I selected the template as map list view. So that's how the system knows that when we go and click on the map in the top navigation up here, we're going to /map, which takes us to the list view, which is using the map list view template, and renders the output as we did with the liquid syntax and the HTML. Other quick note, the default number of items per page is set to 25, but if you had more than 25 restaurants, then only the first 25 will appear on your map. But you can up that to 1,000 if you wanted to. Just but then you might have too many pins appearing on your map, at once. It might get a little cluttered. So you got to kind of make some decisions about how much data is going to appear on first load. So that about wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed creating a restaurant directory with map functionality using the Raytha content management system completely out of the box with a little bit of HTML. We were able to get pretty far and get quite a robust website in just a short period of time. So feel free to check out Raytha at raytha.com. It's an open source .NET based content management system. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at RaythaHQ and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next video.